I'm here to inform my audience about intercultural and intracultural communication and how they're more similar than differences. Communicating with other cultures is just as hard and challenging as communicating with your own culture. The results in the process of cross-cultural communication are more independent of individuals than their culture. After this, your expectation of communicating with other cultures seems easy as communicating with your own culture. I will be speaking today mainly of the similarities between intercultural and intracultural communication, electronic communication, and the concepts of and how it's reaching individuals are more important than the culture. Intercultural and intracultural factors in communication are similarities between them. According to Elmar Hallison, Swiss linguist who experts intercultural dialogue, it does not fail or succeed due to the ontological reasons, but rather than the same reasons, intracultural communication, making both more similar than previously thought. Region examples are West Coast compared to East Coast and intercultural, Southern Hemisphere to Northern Hemisphere with the intercultural. Examples of aquatic hermeneutics. Underestimation of range ethics, goal and logic based on self-perception. Overestimation of the same culture counterparts, based on self-perception. Inhomogeneous assumption of cultures. All range assumed to act the same way in intercultural communication. Cultural counterparts are thought to be alike during an intercultural communication. Communication is always with email is not too much different. Intercultural and intracultural email communication are proof that communication depends on the individual more than the culture. According to Northwestern University, many factors of communication can change while intercultural. In intercultural negotiations that took place using electronic mail instead face-to-face. Examples are Hong Kong negotiations become more aggressive on email offers with the United States counterpart regardless of the high context culture. Example is USA negotiations become less aggressive than their counterparts regardless of their low context culture. High context and low context invented on the mail interculturally. Examples are Hong Kong negotiations were more aggressive on email interculturally than more in high context culture. And USA negotiations are less aggressive on email interculturally in their high context culture. Consensus is very common with the both types of communication. Consensus reached across culture as likely as interculturally. According to the Administrative Science Quarterly, consensus is reached almost as easily within intercultural dialogue as it is within intracultural dialogue. Examples are epidemics are social motive with culture affect the exchange more than the culture. Another one is intracultural exchange is also affected dynamics more than culture. Communication depends on individual as not its culture. There is more similarities than the difference between intercultural and intracultural communication. Electronic communication is just a very and unexpected face-to-face. Interculturally and intraculturally, consensus is more communication is reached by individuals as not a whole culture. Communication is always in need of people rather than cultural nations that are unproductive. Thank you.